Hello everyone, my name is Mocha Alien and welcome to Deathloop. I couldn't decide if this is a part of Itch.io Roulette, but this game seems like it's gonna be longer than a regular Itch.io Roulette, so it's just gonna be a one-off. I know that this is Danganronpa inspired and I love Danganronpa, so I'm so excited to play, so let's get into it. Deathloop is a blend of social deduction visual novel. You wake up to find yourself in a strange school with 9 other strangers. But before you can even say a word, you are informed by a strange woman that a killer is hiding in your midst. And in order to find and eliminate the killer by voting them out. Every time you die, you are sent back to the start of the time loop forever, trapped in a hellish nightmare with no means to escape. Would you be able to escape this hellish nightmare? Or would you be forced to repeat the same loop over and over again for all of eternity?
Who are you? How did you get here? You don't remember, do you?
You open your mouth, but before you can utter a single word, the voice suddenly cuts you off.
Happiness or freedom?
That's a good question. Because when I think of this question, I think of like being in the simulation. Like you're happy, but everything is fake, or you have your freedom, everything is real, but you're not happy. You know? I think I want my freedom. I think I want it.
I guess we'll find out soon enough.
Is this a school? Hey, how long are you gonna stand there? You look around in confusion. It seems you're standing in front of a school. Snap out of it, weirdo! We're already 15 minutes late. Before you could say a single word, the orange-haired girl grabbed you by the arm and dragged you with her. A few minutes later, the two of you stood side by side, facing a packed classroom. The teacher looked at you for a few seconds before facing the class and making an announcement. Attention everyone. Today we will welcome 2 new transfer students. Can you do me a favor and introduce yourselves to the class? The name is Moral. I look forward to meeting you all. Moral spoke as she addressed the class. Everyone's gaze turned to you now. You should introduce yourself. Who are you? Okay. Should we go with our name? I think we should. Face the rest of the class and speak. It's very nice meeting you all. Please call me Mocha. All eyes were suddenly on you, or more precisely, on Moral, as the two of you took your designated seats. That's right. Today is your first day at Sandy High School. You and Moral moved to the city last week and decided to transfer to the school. Wait, then why did it seem like we were confused? Sense, but you can't help but feel like something is really off here. Teacher let out another long sigh and went on with the lecture. A few hours later, it was finally lunchtime. I'm heading to the admin office to finalize your registration. Want me to come with? That won't be necessary, Mocha. You have more important things to do anyway. Dang, like what? What am I doing? This place will be your home for a while. So you should go around and get yourself acclimated to your new surroundings. Maybe buy us some lunch while you're at it. Looks like Moral didn't feel like waiting in line, so she shoved a boring job onto you. See ya! Moral then turned around and left. You could see some of your new classmates wanting to chat with her, but she just completely ignored them and left. Okay, what now? Should you head straight to the cafeteria? Or maybe you should wait until the cafeteria clears out a bit. Perhaps you can look around for a bit. Where do you want to go? I want to meet people. I don't want to go straight to the cafeteria, though that doesn't appear to be an option. Anyways, so let's head to the roof. You leave your classroom and head toward the roof. Wow, this is so pretty. Dude, this is wild. The view from here is breathtaking. You can pretty much see the whole city from up here. You keep looking around in awe when suddenly... Huh? Oh. My brain is glitching. Okay, seems you're not alone up here. There's someone else. Someone who's lying on the ground a few meters... Is somebody dead? Maybe they're just like cloud geese? Slowly approach them while keeping an eye on your surroundings. The more you approach, the closer their face. For some reason, you can't make out their face. Everything feels distorted somehow. The closer you get to them, the more distorted your vision comes. Oh my goodness, it's a curse. It's a curse. It's a curse. You need to get close. You need to get closer to them. Only then will you be able to make out their face. Only then will you be able to tell who they are. Every fiber of your being is suddenly screaming for you to stop. To turn around and look away. To pretend you never came here in the first place. But you continued approaching until they were right there in front of you. What will you do now? I want to see their face. Who is so glitched like this? You lower your head and stare straight at their face, refusing to look away. The person lying on the ground suddenly opens his eyes. Did I get sent back? Hey guys. So, I forgot that my headphones were plugged in. And, I did not hear any of the music. Is this the... Okay, I think I'm gonna skip forward. This is the same thing. Okay, we're gonna look away. You quickly looked away and started backing away. The further you walked away, the clearer your vision became. Until everything settled down. You let out a sigh of relief when suddenly... Hassan! Yo! What are you doing up here? What's wrong? Why do you look so freaked out? You take another look around you. The strange person who is lying on the ground is nowhere to be seen. Wait a second. You're the new transfer student, aren't you? Mocha, right? You give Hassan a puzzling look. Surprised to know your name, huh? Don't worry, dude. I'm not like a stalker or anything. I mean, I would hope that you would know my name since I gave it out like less than an hour ago. I'm simply a milker. What? Seriously? You never heard of milkers, Mocha? Dude, please be for real. Didn't you have them in your old school? No worries. I'll tell you everything you need to know. But not right now. I'm kind of meeting my first ever client here. It's very hush-hush, too, so I'd appreciate it if you could leave before they show up. Haha. Just meet me here same time tomorrow, okay? Don't worry. I'll explain everything then. San let out another laugh as he kept urging you to leave. Before you knew it, you were back in the hallway. With that weird encounter at the back of your mind, you head toward the cafeteria. After that weird encounter, you finally arrive at your destination. It's time to stand in line and buy lunch for you and Maral. However, no matter where you look, the cafeteria is completely empty. Not a single student. This makes no sense. Even though you did show up late to avoid the crowd, it's still lunchtime. The school cafeteria should not be empty right now. You keep looking around in confusion when someone suddenly appears in front of you. It's you! Oh god. It's really you, Mocha! Cece suddenly jumped on you and gave you a tight hug. How did you get here? I'm super happy to see you again, but I don't understand. How are you here? You're in complete control. What? You're you. Cece stares at you in confusion. Her expression displayed both happiness and fear. It seems she's hoping you'll be able to answer her questions and put her mind at ease. Sadly, however, you're as confused, if not more confused, than she. So you simply take a step back and explain everything that happened. Really? So you just found yourself at the front gate of the school. Just like that. You nod your head. What about before that? How did you get here? How did you find this? Before Cece could even finish her words, a loud voice interrupted your conversation. Good, you're both here. I finalized your registration, Mocha. Congratulations, you're officially a candidate now. I'm a candidate for what? Don't worry, I'll explain everything soon enough. First, let's get the other candidates in here. Morale spoke as she snapped her fingers. 6 other people. Okay, so that's 6. And then there's me, there's Cece, and then, okay, so that's all 9 people we're gonna meet are in here, allegedly. What is happening? Yo, dudes, how did I teleport to the cafeteria? Did I finally awaken my superpowers? This must be a part of the test. I love her character design. She is so pretty. That was so cool. Is this a frog or a snake? I messed with it heavily either way. I felt like I was floating in space for a moment there. Teleport me again. Teleport? Okay, enough delays. Let's begin. First, let me congratulate you all on surviving the first trial of the game. Morale, what are you're in on this? The first trial? Yes. Every person in the school was a potential candidate. I say was because except for you 8, the rest have been killed off. That's dramatic. Okay. What? The school was set specifically for this trial. You were all transferred here, and your memories were manipulated. Those with a weak will, with a pitiful presence. The observers of this world simply accepted their new reality and went on with their lives. Did classes, stood in line at the cafeteria, and enjoyed a carefree high school life. Not once stopping or wondering how they even got here in the first place. Okay, I kind of like this. It's kind of meta. Like, the other characters, they're aware that they were teleported here. They didn't walk here. It's canon that I have no memory of before the game starts. Cece seems to be in a similar... Is it Cece? I think it is Cece. She seems to be in a situation similar to me. But she seems to know more than I do, and she's trying to figure out what I know. And Morale, I thought we were like friends or something. No, she's over here being a game master. However, you 8 were different. You saw through this fake existence. You refused to look away and accept a sweet lie. You questioned your reality. And for that, you're still alive. However, the game has just begun, and your continuous survival is not yet assured. After all, only one of you 8 will leave this place alive. Why are you doing this? You're playing a pretty sick game, little girl. Ugh, is this like a grown man? Who do you work for? You two are asking the wrong questions. Or rather, you're asking them at the wrong time. You're so right, Orange Daughter. They should be asking you about the second trial. Second trial. I guess since she called this high school experiment the first trial, then that could only mean there's going to be more. Correct. Carmine. What? Ooh. Ooh. What does that mean? Second trial is the real main event. It's the real reason you're all here. In order to pick the winner among you, you 8 will be playing a certain game. The game has many names and many different iterations. However, the most common name for it is the werewolf game. Oh, she is scared. Okay. The social deduction game? Is this some sort of joke? You want us to play a children's game? I wouldn't take it lightly if I were you, Jack. Okay, but she didn't stutter with her name, with his name, sorry. And from what I know, Morale is the only person with an M in their name. So until we meet other people, which I don't think we were, or she could have been trying to say Mrs. or Miss. It could have been that. Or maybe, I don't know, this is not like Moral, this is somebody else pretending to be Moral, and Carmine is Moral, you know? It could get like twisted like that. The second trial might be based on the werewolf game, but the consequences are very real. You won't be role-playing around. You will become the roles you're given. What roles? Standing among you right now is a real killer. She will target and seek your death without any hesitation. Your only chance of survival is exposing the killer and voting them off at the end of the day. Standard werewolf rules. However, in addition to the killer and innocent role, there are 3 additional special roles. First, the guardian hold on, I'm gonna write this down. I'm locked in. The person with the guardian angel role will be able to choose and protect one other person each night. If the guardian angel chooses to protect the person the killer targets, then congratulations. You have managed to prevent the killer from claiming their victim. The second role is the vigilante. The person with the vigilante role is able to target and kill one person each night. Targeting and killing anyone who's not the killer result in the vigilante killing themselves. Oh, a pretty fair trade-off if you ask me. Finally, the third and last role is the detective role. There's somebody that is really quiet, and I forgot their name, but I'm assuming that they're going to be the detective in terms of like stereotypes. The person with the detective role is able to investigate one person each night to determine if they are the killer or not. However, convincing others about your findings without exposing your role to the killer is a whole other matter. As you can see, each role has its advantages and disadvantages, ensuring a fair trial. Now, to end this explanation, I would like to remind the killer that targeting someone during the daytime is completely forbidden. Okay, so we have 4 special roles, which means that we are going to have 5 innocents and no daytime killing. Breaking this rule, or any other rule for that matter, will result in the offender being immediately killed. Rule breakers equal killed. Alright. Every single one of you is implanted with a small chip. What? What? There's a chip in my brain? You know what? That actually kind of makes sense. Let me cook. It makes sense because our vision was glitching when we came across that body. You know? It could have been us for all we know. But yeah. And it's like, that's not something that can really happen in real life as far as I'm aware of. But if there's a highly developed chip in our brain, like who knows what could happen. And that's probably how we're able to be in a loop. The chip is completely attached to your optic nerve. See, optic eye? And is able to witness anything you see. Upon the discovery of any rule infringement, the chip will automatically release a powerful electric surge through your nerves, thus frying your brain and immediately killing you. Planted something in our brain? As long as you don't break the rules, you have nothing to worry about. Now, unless you have other questions about the game, I will be seeing you at sunset. Moral then walked past you and walked towards the exit. You all kept following her with your gaze, when suddenly she stopped and turned around. She was looking back at all of you, but you could swear she's looking straight into your eyes. Welcome back to the Null game. My volume's too low to properly witness this.
Happiness or freedom?
Wow.
What would you choose?
That was real loud in my ears. That was such a cool intro. I've never seen that in a game before. Now it's like a TV show. Now I'm interested. Okay, I mess with this heavily. You lift your head to the mighty blue sky while trying to process what just happened. Suddenly, a voice brings you back to reality. Hey, are you okay? You look back at Cece and nod your head. The null game is happening again. Huh. And by the look of it, this one is even more... Oh. And by the look of it, this one is even more messed up than the last. I can't tell if we're supposed to be clueless or if this is actually the second installment in like a franchise or a series. But if it is, I would love to play the first one after this one. Not only is the game's host entirely different this time around, but so are the participants. Or at least some of them. The setting is different too. Why Sandy High School of all places? Why Maral? Why her? Why a version of his daughter? Someone did call her the Orange Daughter. Who's him? Sorry, Mocha. I didn't mean to confuse you. After all. Cece suddenly approached you and held your hand. You have no idea how happy I am to see you again. You have no idea how much I waited for this. Mocha! We're finally together again. Are we dating? Okay. Cece leans forward as she held tighter to your hands. What's happening here? Very shameless. Very shameless. Cece let go of your hand and faced Zero. What do you want, weirdo? Don't be like that, Cece-chan. There's nothing wrong with forming alliances. She has a special role. She gives guardian angel vibes. It's the only way to survive this game, right? Right? And what better way to cement an alliance than a pretty heated kiss? That's not what we were doing. Haha, sure, Cece-chan. I'll get off your hair. I didn't mean to. Oh. Okay. Have fun. Wink, wink. Zero then waved her hand and left. You watched her leave until she left your sight. Darn Zero. She's no less a freak as a participant. As a participant? But she's right about something, Mocha. The null game has officially started. Alliances are bound to be formed. And sooner or later, this game will spiral into madness again. Okay, something about that is that, like, I'm not a Danganronpa expert, but I do know that the first person that clung to me ended up betraying me, and you have the same hair color as her, so I'm still weary. Because what if Deathloop is the first game? What if there wasn't a one before this, and she's just saying random stuff because she knows I'm confused? She could very well be the killer. We need to escape early this time. One thing I'm confused about though is that if we are voting somebody out every night, okay, that's one person gone there. The vigilante can kill somebody every night. Well, no, the vigilante can only kill once. And the killer can kill every night. Assuming that the person we vote out is not the killer the first, like, say, 2 nights. There's 2 people gone, 2 people killed. There's already 4 people gone. There's only 9 people here. So how long can we really even keep this going? You know? Like, I'm just saying, I don't condone death games, but if I were to make a death game where death is going to take place this often, I would have more than 9 people. That's all I gotta say. This is the only way to truly survive this game. You look back as first, we should start by searching the school. Where do you think we should start? Well, last time I went to the roof, I got reset. So let's go to the library. Oh, the library? Did I pick a bad choice? Feeling nostalgic. Nostalgic? Okay, hold on. Okay, let's head out. You nod back to Cece as the 2 of you head back to the main building. After walking past a few classrooms, you finally arrive at the library. The library. This one is way bigger than the last, isn't it? Cece then approached one of the shelves and ran her hand across the books. Even though it looks different, it still feels the same. Won't you agree, Mocha? It feels like it was only yesterday you and I were searching around the library. Searching around for a way to escape. I was so convinced the library had the answers I was seeking. I was so convinced I knew what I was doing. God, it feels like... Hold on. I just remembered you said his daughter. I need to write that down. I'm not entirely convinced Cece is completely on our side with no ulterior motives. Or maybe we are supposed to know her from the first game and she's about to die, like, night one. A lot of things have changed. Including myself. Cece then stopped and touched her hair. You haven't said anything about my hair. It's longer than before. Do you like it? I liked your old hair better. It's crazy. Yeah, I like it. I think it suits you. Really? You nod your head. Thank you. Cece suddenly fell silent. Her cheeks flushed brighter and redder than ever before. We should get going. Yes, the library is nothing useful for now. But we didn't even check. We were just talking and rubbing our hands on books. Go. You two spent the next few hours investigating the different classrooms of the school. But much like every other room in the place, it was completely abandoned. All of those students who once roamed the halls were completely gone. Almost like they never existed in the first place. You look through the window. The mighty blue sky suddenly turned orange, signaling the end of the day. Already sunset. You suddenly hold your hands as you two stare the window? Okay. And so did your best. We did our best. Whatever's gonna happen now, we'll face it together, okay? Just you and me. Like always. Cece tightens her grip on your hand. Behind that beautiful smile of hers, you can sense fear. You can sense an immense fear that would shatter the very fabric of reality if it ever comes out. But it's not a fear for her life. It's not a fear of death, of the unknown. It's a fear for you. Oh, because I'm going to blow her cover. I'm onto you. I know what you are for your existence. For your future together. You hold tighter to Cece's hands as a strange feeling suddenly socked. Why can't I read today? Oh my goodness, this is literally a reading game. Okay. You hold tighter to Cece's hand as a strange feeling suddenly shocks your senses. The next time you open your eyes, you find yourself standing in the cafeteria. But you're not alone. Cece and the rest of your companions are all there. But most of all, she is here too. Welcome back, everyone. Hey, Maral. I don't know what stage trick you guys are using for this teleport thing, but it's making me really nauseous. Can I talk with one of the executive producers about it? This is not a TV show. Can't have the cuties at home see me puke on live TV. Maral stared at Hassan for a few seconds before she rolled her eyes and faced the rest of you. Now that you're all here, allow me to explain the voting process. Standing among you right now is a killer. Starting tonight, the killer will claim a victim with each passing night. The voting process is your main way of finding and eliminating the killer. The process is simple. You simply discuss the situation among each other and then vote. Each one of you gets to vote, and the person with the highest number of votes gets eliminated. Okay, so there's one thing I've been thinking about, and it's the fact that Hassan was talking about alliances, and he's a milker, or whatever that is. Yes, we do need alliances, and yes, we technically have one, though I do not trust her. But this game seems very smart. We will not be the only one with alliances, and the killer is also free to make alliances. So I think that we should keep in mind, just because we see a certain group of people together does not mean that any of them in that group is free from being the killer. Nobody is safe. I'm suspicious of every person here. You know what? Morale is probably the killer too. Because, you know, if there's 9 people here, that's including Morale. So what is she? It would also make sense for Morale to be the killer, because then she can, like... Then she could... What am I trying to say? Then she could ensure that the killings are actually happening. Because, you know, we're all, like... We're not killers. So, also, we'll probably just band together to vote her out anyway. because they think this gonna stop the game, you know? Questions? By eliminated, you mean killed, right? Whoever gets the highest number of votes will be killed. Affirmative. This is insane. You really expect us to send someone to their death? You can always choose to vote on no one. However, that would only benefit the killer, of course. Here, we're not gonna play your sick game. Well, we've kind of already been playing it for like a full day at this point. We're not going to kill anyone. What do you mean by we, Nazi-chan? Don't go around forcing your own opinion on the rest of us. That's not cute at all. What? I agree with the blonde woman. Not making a choice is a choice in itself. That's true. That's true. That's true. Vigilante. That's true. If this killer truly exists, doing nothing will send one of us to a certain demise. What about the special ones? Cece, who barely spoke a word until now, suddenly interjected. It seems the rest of your companions are also surprised by this. What about them? What if the people with the special roles step up right now? No? Why would they do that? Let's go over the special roles, okay? So that we can understand just how much Cece's plan should not happen. Unless she's the killer. If she's the killer, this would be great for her. The first role is Guardian Angel. You can protect someone every night. If the killer knows who the Guardian Angel is, that's one person that does not get protected and that they can kill. Right? Next role is a Vigilante, whose sole purpose in living is to kill the killer. The killer kills a Vigilante, no one's really there to stop them aside from voting or getting caught, okay? Now the third one, Detective. You investigate people every night. If you investigate someone who is the killer is caught, right? There is no reason to make your role public to the whole group. At most, there should be somebody you trust without certainty to tell them, if anyone. You catch me in this game, I am never telling you my role. It doesn't matter who you are. We can be established like Cece. You're not knowing. There's no reason. There's not a smart reason to do that. That will narrow down the list of suspects. Great idea, Cece-chan. There are 8 of us here. If we eliminate the people who will play special roles, then only 5 remain. Oh, so if Morale is not in the game, then there's only 4 innocents, not 5. Even if you vote randomly, there will still be a 20% chance of voting for the killer. That's like pretty high, right? Right? I'm not sure if that statistic is correct. I agree as well. Well, actually, if you're, no, actually, I agree as well. Carmine suspicious. You're already suspicious. I just wrote down your little. You started with M, okay? But you're not giving killer. I'm gonna make a not the killer list, and I'm putting Carmine on it. You're just too obvious to be the killer, and we are already suspicious of you. I'm not too sure if you would have a special role. Well, we'll figure it out. Any kind of advantage we can get would be very helpful. You know what I just realized? I'm innocent. So there's only 3 other innocents. So that's cool. The people with special roles should step up. Carmine spoke as she faced the rest of your companions. Seconds passed and then minutes, but no one stepped forward. On, guys, we can't have dead air. Hassan has a special role. He is, I know he does. He's not giving Guardian Angel. It's either giving Vigilante or Detective. And I'm gonna figure it out. Like, a milker, dude. A milker, you have a special role. You're supposed to be doing something. You're over here, come on guys, we can't get it. You're making the dead air. You're not speaking up. This will totally mess up the ratings. A few more minutes passed, but once again, no one stepped up. Enough. This is a waste of time. Don't be so hasty, Morale-chan. This is super duper important to us. Just wait a bit, okay? We can wait all night and nothing will change. Because the special roles haven't been assigned. Oh, just yet. So then there is a chance of us getting a special rhyme then. Huh? Okay, you seem confused, so you're probably innocent. I'm gonna label Carmine as innocent. Though you're suspicious. You're not innocent of everything, but you're innocent in the way that you're not going to be killing people consecutively. Unlike the killer role, the special role is only assigned during the first night. That's when you start using them after all. So at this moment, none of you have a special role yet. I see. So CC-chan's plan was a no-go from the start. Well, it was still worth a shot, so don't beat yourself too much, CC-chan. You were trying to bait the killer, huh, Cecilia? Nas does not give me innocent vibes. She probably has a role. By declaring that the people with special roles will narrow down the suspect list, she's basically saying that whoever steps forward will be seen as 100% innocent. She is hoping that would tempt the killer to falsely claim that they had a special role. Yo! Cece, I'm sorry for doubting your game. I was not familiar with your game, dude. My bad. The roles haven't been assigned yet. That would immediately expose them as fraud and end the game. Yo. Wait, what? How would she know that roles haven't been assigned yet if nobody else knew? A very impressive strategy. However, it seems the killer is smarter than you gave them credit for, Cecilia. Or perhaps you're the killer, and this whole thing was just a diversion to make the others trust you. Perhaps I'm playing right into your hands. I have no idea what just happened. This is too confusing for the average viewer. Let's just get to the voting. That's where the ratings are. For once, I agree it was a delusional creep. What? Why is he a creep? Okay. When you hear your name, please step forward and announce your vote. We have to vote, like, out loud? Okay, that's gonna change things up very, like, a lot. I thought they were gonna be anonymous. Declared as she started calling out names. The first to go was Nas. I'm not doing this. I'm not gonna take someone's life like it's nothing. So now I'm gonna have to have a page for everyone. Yourself. Oh, my moment to shine. I, Hassan, the true definition of Sigma male, and the future winner of this game will vote for you. Game show will vote for you. Nas. Oh? With exaggerated movements, Hassan pointed at Nas. What? Me? Of course. Ever since the start, you've been doing nothing but trying to push us not to vote for anyone. I don't find that suspicious. However, Nas is in trouble because the most voted person is going to die. And yeah, the most voted person is going to die, and if she's the only one to vote, she's out of here. But also, if someone's gonna die before we get roles selected, then there's three special roles as a detective. There's only gonna be 7 people playing. This really does not make any sense then. If you're only gonna have 7 people playing, 4 people are gonna have roles, including the killer. There's only gonna be 3 innocents, and I'm most likely one of the innocents. So there's only 2 other innocents, meaning that there's only really one real night that you can kill. Somebody gets voted out, and then the killer kills the other person. Nope, that's not true, because they can kill the roles. So maybe you can have this go on for like 2 nights, but really nothing after that. And who would benefit more than the killer? So, my vote goes for you, Nas. No hard feelings though. I just want to win the game show. You're a lunatic. The voting continued after that. Seeing no one clear suspect, Carmine chose to vote for no one. Meanwhile, Zero let out a giggle and declared that she would follow Hassan's lead and vote for Nas. Zero is honestly my strongest suspect for the killer. Jack also voted for Nas. What? I really liked Nas, but Jack. Why did Jack vote for Nas? because in round 1, it's not suspicious to not vote for anybody. Like, you know, it's not suspicious to just not vote for people right now. So why did he take the time to vote for Nas? I'm writing that down. Cece, on the other hand, went outside and voted no. It was only you and Kai left now. Who's Kai? Alright, it's your turn now, Kai. Who will you be voting for? Oh, that's Kai. Myself. Oh. Kai declared with a hushed, low voice. The whole room stared at Kai with baffled expressions all over their faces. Are you insane? Fine, whatever. Morale suddenly moved her gaze and faced you. You're up last, Mocha. Declare your vote and let's end this for today. Everyone's gaze suddenly turned to you. Do I get to pick who I vote? It seems they all understood the current situation, even Hassan. With Nas getting 3 votes and no one getting 3 votes, your vote will seal the deal. No? Can't I just vote for anybody? Oh, but I could vote for anybody, but it only really makes sense to either vote for Nas or to vote for no one to push the story forward. But I do kind of want to see what happens if there's a tie. Your vote will determine everything. You close your eyes and take a deep breath. Cece was right. The situation did spiral into insanity pretty quickly. There haven't been any murders yet, but someone is already on the chopping block. Whether you believe Nas is the killer or not is completely up to you. You get to choose. You get to vote. Nice. So, who would it be? I wonder how interactive this game is. Like, if I vote for, say, like, Jack, is that gonna, like, is that gonna matter? Okay, I'm not voting for Nas. The only evidence stacked against her is the fact that she's pushing the opinion that we should not be playing this game onto everyone else. And I don't find that to be a suspicious behavior. I don't want to play that. Well, I guess technically I do want to play this game because I'm the only one doing this with my free will. But if this was a real life situation, I wouldn't want to play this game, you know? But Nas, if she was the killer, could have been doing that to try and make herself look innocent, and Hassan and Zero saw through her, you know? Because there's no one that's been completely eliminated off the list for me except for Carmine. Carmine is suspicious, but she's not killing people, at least not in this game. And our roles haven't been given out yet, so low-key, I think I would vote for Hassan. Nope, no, I wouldn't do that. Hassan is a really strong ally to have. He's a lot smarter than he lets on. Jack might actually be not as smart as he lets on, and that's kind of like performative. Cece is real suspicious, but she's the only alliance we have right now, and I would rather go through this game with my enemy than go through it alone, you know, especially because she knows information. Zero is probably the killer, I'm not going to lie, but nobody else voted for her, so if I vote for the killer and I'm the only one to do that, they're just gonna gun for me because they're gonna be paranoid that I'm very suspicious of them, you know, even if my vote is just based on like nothing. So you're not voting for Hassan or Carmine. Kai, she has a purpose here. I don't know if she's going to die or she's going to get a special role, but she's not the killer. I'm not going to vote for Kai. I want to see what's going to happen for her. I'm not going to vote on myself. Because I don't know if having any votes on your name at all will matter in the future. I might vote for no one. Yeah, because I can't vote for anybody else. Because they're gonna get suspicious of me. Potentially. I'm not sure how interactive this game is. And I'm not gonna vote for Nas because I know that she has more to this story. She's giving very special role vibes. I'm just not sure which one. So I'm gonna vote for no one. Okay, seems the result is pretty clear. No one will be voted off tonight. Looks of relief appeared on the faces of some of your companions, while others looked completely annoyed. Why are y'all annoyed that no one died? Morale let out another long sigh before continuing to talk. Now, let's go over the nighttime rules. Every single one of you has been allocated a room in the school doors. Leaving your room during nighttime is strictly forbidden and will result in immediate deletion. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. Can't leave room at night. I'm going to assume that people with special roles are excluded because the detective has to investigate, the guardian angel has to protect, vigilante has to try and kill, you know? This, of course, excludes the killer. As the killer, you're free to roam around the school and target one victor per night. Participants with special roles are also technically allowed to leave their rooms during the night. That's pretty freaky. If there are no questions, I'll be seeing you all tomorrow. Nas, I better get something for saving your life. Like, is this an alliance? Like, what are we? You know, because we better be something. Morale gave you all one last look before she snapped her fingers and suddenly disappeared. The room fell silent once again, but then someone suddenly approached you. Nas! Hey. Nas looks at you with a smile on her face. I want you to know that I have no doubts. I have no doubt you'll make the right choice, Mocha. Beneath those hollow, empty eyes. Why are my eyes hollow and empty? What? Lies a genuine person. A kind person. I realized the moment I raised my eye. She might be the killer! Yo, hold on. No, it's the way you're... No. You might be the killer. You might be the killer. I could have ended this game. No, that's wild. Nas. Oh my. I won't forget this, Mocha. She's gonna save me for last. For sparing her. That's about it. I promise. Nas approached you and gave you a tight hug. See you in the morning. You see, because she's not killing me tonight. She's not. Because, ooh, but that's wild. Nas then waved her hand and left while avoiding to look at the three people who tried to vote her out. You're quite the ladies' man, Mocha. Oh, we're a man. My bad, I did not know that. Let's hope your little decision doesn't come back and bite you later on. Ooh, Zero, you're spiteful. Ciao! Zero ruffled your hair and then skipped out of the cafeteria. Yo, Mocha. You might be the MVP today, but it's not over just yet. I will not let you upstage me in the popularity polls, nor will I let you snatch the victory. He's like, in terms of tier list, he's pretty low on the killer list for me, but he absolutely has a special role. There is no doubt about that. I'm not even sure if the roles have been handed out yet, but he has one. It's never been more clear to me that someone has a special role than this guy. I will be the one to win the game show. You just wait. Hassan rolled his eyes and left. That degenerate is a cancer in society. Cece looked at Hassan in disgust before facing you. Anyway, the first day is over. We did what we could do for now. Let's head out. A few minutes later, you were looking through the window. Wow. That's what I see when I look out the window. The 3 stars of the summer triangle. Your mind rushes back to the event in the cafeteria. Thanks to you, no one got voted out today. However, that means the killer still runs free. And tonight, they'll be able to target the first victim. A victim that can easily be you. It's not gonna be me because I saved Nas. Mocha? What are you doing in my room? Why is that the hallway? That's so creepy. Ugh. You nod your head. Do you regret your decision? Do I? Do you think you should have voted for... You didn't vote for Nas, I don't think. So what? You shake your head no. Good. Never regret your choices, Mocha. Who is sleeping in this hallway? Cece suddenly approached the window next to you and lifted her gaze to the sky. Choices make who we are. One choice leads to another, and by the time you realize it, you have made so many choices. Oh, this is Cece saying this. You have branched so many times that your point of origin looks no different than a distant star in the night sky. But that's the beauty of choices, Mocha. It's freedom. Endless, pure, and unshackled freedom. They lied to us. Happiness is not possible. It never was. It doesn't matter what you achieve. It doesn't matter what you get. You'll always want more. You'll always desire more. You'll always desire something out of your reach. You will always struggle. You will never be happy. Never. But that's okay. Because freedom is different. Freedom is attainable. You might not control your point of origin or the end. You might not control how you were born or how you die. But everything in between can be yours. Every choice can be yours to make. This is what truly matters, Mocha. This is what truly matters to me, to you, and to us. Cece suddenly approached you until only a few feet separated you. I thought we weren't allowed to, like, be outside of our rooms. I would hope this is not my room. And your room, one of us is breaking the rules. The killer will make their choice tonight. But that won't matter. Whatever happens tonight will happen. Do you understand, Mocha? Not even death will separate us anymore. What does that mean? Cece leaned over and kissed you on the cheeks. She then waved her hand and walked into her room. You stood in the hallway for a few seconds while walking inside your room. Like, nobody saw this conversation or heard it happening. Interesting. A dark, creepy bedroom greets your eyes. This is where we're sleeping? Oh no. You look around you, and nothing feels out of place. But every fiber in your being is screaming for you to get out. To run away, to get as far away as this room as you possibly can. However, you know the rules. Leaving your room during nighttime will result in your immediate demise. You approach your bed and lie down, but then... I got a roll! Yo! A word suddenly flashes through your eyes. Detective. The detective special role. It seems that that's the role you got. According to morale, you're able to choose one person each night and investigate them. Using the special role, you can determine if they are the killer or not. So the real question now is who? Who will you investigate? Yo! This is cool! Okay. Wait, so nobody died tonight. So we have 8 people. There's 4 roles. So we are at 4 innocents. Because I am the detective. So now there's special roles. I get to play me! Detective. Dude, this game just gets better and better. I'm obsessed. I'm in love. I'm obsessed. I love it. Okay, so now, who am I least suspicious of? I guess Jack and Kai and Carmine, these 3. And Hassan. Hassan's not the killer. He is a special role. So, I did see a comment. I didn't get any spoilers, other than I did see a comment of somebody saying, haha, I suck at this game, I keep dying. Just like, oh, my death is real. And so, so the possibility of me dying tonight is real. However, if Naz is the killer, she's not going to kill me tonight. I will make it into the morning. So now it's between Cece and 0. I think I'm going to investigate Cece because she is the highest on my list so far, with 0 being the next one. So yeah. Or should I do 0 because Cece being the killer is wild? I think if Cece is the killer, she would let us live another night. So let's do 0. You make your choice. You lie down back in bed. There is nothing else you can do but wait. Wait and hope. Hope that you'll wake up from your slumber and see the light of day. Hope that the killer won't target you and end your existence tonight. Hope that this isn't the end. You empty your head of these thoughts and surrender your fate to the night. Like Cece said, whatever happens tonight will happen. Oh, please don't die, please don't die, please don't die, please don't die. Oh, I made it! Let's go. You open your eyes just to be greeted by a bird standing outside your window. It seems you survived. You try and get up from your bed when... Innocent. Oh! 0's innocence? Yo, I was not expecting that. Wow. The word innocent suddenly flashes before your eyes. It seems your special role worked. You've got your answer. A sudden knock on the door startles you. You get up on your feet and you approach the door. Alright guys, that is going to be the end of the first episode of Deathloop. This game is amazing. I'm obsessed with it and I want to play as much of it as possible. But we have ran out of time today, so I'm going to end the episode here. We found out a lot and I'm so excited genuinely to play the next episode. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!